What is up, everybody? I am back again with another video and another fan theory for Wandavision. So, um, I briefly want to talk about Pietro, right? And again, before I start this off, this is my fan theory. This is my opinion on what I think is going to happen in the show. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that it's going to actually 100% happen. This is just my theory and my opinion on what I think is going on in the show. You know, I could be wrong because, as we all know, Marvel has a way of setting us up, right? Giving us snippets of what we want and then totally flipping the script on us, right? You guys know what I mean. But anyway, my fan theory is about Pedro this time, right? So like, there are a lot of fan theories out there, and there are a lot of people who are saying that Pedro might be Nightmare or Mephisto, right? I don't think he is. I think he is Pedro Quicksilver from another universe. And here's why I think that, right? If you think about it, right, WandaVision is going to set up Doctor Strange 2, the madness of the multiverse, right? Keyword in there is the multiverse, right? Which means probably towards the end of the show, right, the multiverse is probably going to be in some type of disarray. Something's going to happen, and Doctor Strange is going to come in and say, here I am to save the day, right? So, and this is why I think that, right? Because I think that when Wanda's creating her world, right, her reality, right, I think she's pulling bits and pieces from different parts of the multiverse, right? Hence is why you get all the decades and time periods, right? Think about it like this. You remember Spider-Man Enter the Multiverse, right, with Miles Morales, when Kingpin and Doc Ock made this machine, right, to find his family through the multiverse, because he was going to bring them to his reality, to his universe, right? And remember that, like, when it happened, all these different Spider-Mans got pulled from their different universes, right? So think of it like this, right? Let's say, because like Wanda's powers, right, it's not so much that like she's rewriting everything to like rewriting things on a molecular level, right? What if like her power is to create this reality, she has to subconsciously or unknowingly pull from other dimensions or other realities and multiverses, right? So let's say like Quicksilver's Pedro, right? No, he's not the Pedro in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we know died in the Age of Ultron, right? But he is the Pedro Quicksilver from the X-Men universe, right? So, and then like, because she missed her brother, right, she subconsciously pulled him, or someone pulled him from that universe into their universe, right? And that's what I think, that's what I think is happening, or I'm curious to see. You know, again, I could be wrong, you know what I mean? But I think it's something to where like her powers are, part of her powers are like when she creates this reality for herself, she's pulling from different dimensions and stuff, right? Because if you think about it, man, like in science and like even in space, right, certain things have to follow laws, right? Like there's A, B, and C, right? For this to exist, this has to exist, right? Like Newton's law of motion, or Kepler's law of orbit, right? It follows like certain rules, right? There's certain things have to behave, right? And so like, what if it's not that, like, again, she's not like saying like I don't know, like this can of Monster is now a telephone, right? So yeah, she could turn it into a telephone by her manipulating it, right? She's like breaking like some law of nature, or again, like subconsciously or unknowingly, like changing it to I don't know, you know what I mean? Like changing it to like she's pulling it from, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Again, I could be wrong. You know, I think that, I believe that it is going to set up something, it's gonna set up, WandaVision is gonna set up the plot for Doctor Strange 2, right? And I think that's what people, I think that's what I don't know if people realize that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta remember, like everybody's saying like, yeah, it could be somebody in the, and it could necessarily be somebody in the shadows, right? Like manipulating her to do this stuff or let her on the path to do this, right? It could be Mephisto, it could be Nightmare, it could be Agnes, you know what I mean? But, you know, I think like, I don't think Pedro is Mephisto or Nightmare. You know what I'm saying? You'll see Mephisto or Nightmare in Doctor Strange 2, Madness of the Multiverse. You know what I'm saying? Probably be one of those things like he was setting things in motion the whole time. Sort of like how, like through the Infinity Saga, Thanos was in the background setting his plan into motion, right? So, yeah, that's what I feel is gonna happen. And again, I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. It could be something totally different, but just remember though, you know what I'm saying? We're heading into like the multiverse, you know what I'm saying? So I think that, that will probably either be explained, right, going forward, right? And also, like, you know, they're doing a reverse version of the House of M, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to explain, like, where, you know, something is going to happen where, like, mutants are going to exist, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, we'll see. But that's just my rant. That is just my fan theory on that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just wanted to get it out there. It was just like, I had to get it off my chest. You know what I mean? To put my 2 cents in. You know what I'm saying? Again, I could be totally wrong, but yeah, it's dealing with the multiverse, and I think that's what's gonna happen, right? I don't think Pedro is Mephisto or Nightmare. I think Pedro is Pedro, you know what I'm saying? But a different Pedro from another universe, right? Because it is the multiverse, you know what I'm saying? They opened up that door, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I believe. So yeah, that is just my thoughts and opinions on, or my opinion on what I think is gonna happen. I think, yeah, Pedro is not Mephisto or Nightmare. I could be wrong, but I don't think he is. I think he's coming from, he is from the X-Men universe. You know what I'm saying? Because why set up that big Luke Skywalker type moment, you know what I'm saying? And just to have him just say, oh, he's Mephisto. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's the case. Yeah, he's acting all weird and stuff like that, but I just don't believe he's Mephisto or he's Nightmare. I just don't. So yeah, that is it. That was just a rant, my fan theory. Not really much of a rant, but my fan theory on why I think Pedro is not Mephisto or Nightmare. Yeah. So, later.